Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Kira. In today's video, I am stealing someone else's idea. I recently watched a Haley Pham video where she used a random number generator to decide how many hours a day she is going to read, and so I wanted to do that because I thought it'd be fun, especially because I have a full-time job and having to read in between the hours that I'm supposed to be working. I just thought it would be a fun challenge, so that's what I'm doing in this video. The first day, especially in the morning, I am not talking because it was really early and I didn't want to wake anyone else up by speaking very loudly, and I just wasn't feeling up to speaking. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this video and let me know if you want me to do more book-related videos. So I have been reading for 27 minutes. I made it to chapter 3 of my book, and now I have to start getting ready for work. Hello, it's later in the day. Done with working for today. I read a little bit when I had some downtime. So I'm only at 35 minutes, so I'm gonna sit and read. I am starting the timer now. Yay, let's read! Hey there! I have read for 2 hours and 1 minute today, and I got to chapter 13. I want to just do a little recap of what's happened so far. I'm 37% of the way through, so that is awesome. This is my second ever Katherine Center book that I read, so I'm still getting a feel for her writing style, but I find it quite interesting. So this book, Everyone is Beautiful, starts with this family moving from Houston, Texas to Cambridge, Massachusetts, and this mom of 3 is a stay-at-home mom, and her husband is a music instructor, that's his job, and he's also trying to get some other higher level degree in music. He's a music composer, and so he is the breadwinner, makes all the money, and she is the mom and has to take care of her 3 sons all day, every day. The main character, Lainey, has started going to the gym, and her internal monologue is a lot about her body image and not really feeling like herself. So going to the gym is really big for her to do things for her own life and not just giving of herself to her children. I think Katherine Center's writing style is very interesting because there's a lot of internal monologue, and I feel like when I'm reading it, it's a lot of things that I think in my own head as well. I think the descriptions are really great because I can really see what their apartment looks like and what the street that she walks up looks like to get to the gym and what the gym looks like. I feel like I can really see those things. Those are my thoughts, and glad I was finished with this, but I'm excited to see what we will spend tomorrow and see how many hours I get to read. Good morning, guys. It is the next day, and I'm going to spin to see how many hours I have to read today. I have a few hours before I have to go into work, and I'm working quite late today, so I hope it's not a high number because I really don't have the time. 1 hour. Okay, that is super manageable. I'll probably knock that out sometime this morning. Let's get reading. Okay, Hi guys! I've been reading for 43 minutes. I saw that I got a package delivered. Based on the tape here, you might be able to assume what it is. It's from Nami Matcha, which is your mom Ashley's matcha brand. I have to show you what I got. I got the 100-gram tin of matcha. This is the Yame First Harvest matcha, which I haven't tried, but the flavor notes are supposed to be nuttier. So I'm super excited to try this, which is unfortunate because I already had coffee today. I also got the Star Charm whisk. Oh my gosh, so cute! That is so cute. If you want, I have an affiliate link that I will put in the description down below. So you get 15% off your order by using my affiliate link. And then I will also be able to get like 10 or 15% off on my next purchase. So if you are interested, try it out. Because I feel like if you like matcha, you're gonna pay for high quality matcha. So, but anyway, just wanted to show you this in the middle of my reading. So I just finished reading chapter 19, so I am 60% through the book. I read for an hour and 12 minutes today, so I hit my mark. A lot of the inner dialogue that Lainey has about trying to find passions in her life and find the things that make her feel like herself and feel accomplished and feel like she has purpose in life are things that I am trying to find at the moment as well, because I have entered into my adult life now, and I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea who I am or what I like, and a lot of the time I just feel really alone. And so having to find different creative outlets or things that make me feel more like myself and improve as a person is really challenging. So I feel like in some ways I can really relate to this, and that's why this book isn't so much of like escapism for me, because like I just resonate with a lot of it. Pretty good, 60% through. I think tomorrow maybe we'll get a high number because I have many hours in the day tomorrow to read, so we'll see if we're able to finish this book. And yeah, so that's my thoughts for today. I can't believe I only have to read for an hour, but I guess I do have to start getting ready for work now, so it works out perfectly. But yes, see you tomorrow. Okay, so we have to do a matcha taste test. Good morning. Let's drink. First of all, it's delicious. Second of all, it just has a really nice, pure matcha flavor. It honestly doesn't taste that different from the Akumadori First Harvest matcha, and I like it. I think it would go so well with, I can't have hazelnut, but like a hazelnut syrup, fruity mixture. Ready? Five. Okay, 5 hours of reading. Let's do it, I guess. I'm 72% of the way through the book. And finally, there is drama. And I am shook. I am stunned. I'm excited. I want to keep reading. And I just wanted to share this update because wow. I finished the book. I've been reading for an hour and 46 minutes today. I'm not crying, you're crying. Did I cry? Yes. I most certainly cried. Especially like in the last 2 chapters and like the epilogue. Honestly, I thought this book would be like a 3.5 stars. It was kind of like gloomy. And then finally we got to the climax and, you know, like the drama and everything picked up. And I think some major themes from this book are beauty. Obviously, the title is Everyone is Beautiful. It's talking about what really is beauty, who sets the standard for beauty, and having an eye for beauty. Found family. I feel like the theme of community was very prevalent, especially in the last 25% of the book, and I loved it. I loved the visuals of just the whole village that came together. Yeah, overall, I really enjoyed it. It was a very different vibe than The Love Haters, but I liked it, and the whole body image inner dialogue didn't feel like too much for me. So I just wanted to read this part that I highlighted from chapter 9. But until this moment, some things had felt more like the past than others. Some things had felt more lost than others. It had not occurred to me to mourn losing those things until now. I had done each of those things somewhere along the way for the last time, without realizing it was the last time. And even after I knew that I was no longer a child, somehow I'd assumed those things could come back to me, or that I could have gone back to them. But watching the movies on this day, I became aware of infinite losses. I feel like that really captures so much of how I'm feeling right now about a lot of things in my life. So that just hit hard. What would I rate Everyone is Beautiful? So like I said, I was thinking 3.5 stars because it wasn't wowing me. But then I got to the end. I'm such a sucker for like Tumblr quotes, and I feel like this book has so many of them. And I think like even in The Love Haters, I was still highlighting a bunch of things. So I think I just love really cheesy quotes about life. So that really worked in this book's favor. I think I would give it 4.25. She writes really likable characters. Like, I liked almost every character in this book. Even the characters that that like you kind of struggle to like because they kind of have a sketchy personality and they kind of dress a little weird and they act strangely, especially towards the main character. You still have some level of empathy for them, and you can still like imagine them as a real person, and so it's hard not to like them. So I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna say 4.25 stars for now, but maybe by tomorrow I'll think differently if I'm still thinking about the book. I think for my next book, I'm gonna read Sisterhood by Cathy Kelly. I got this book over the summer when I was in Ireland, and I started reading it several times, and I just haven't gotten into it yet. And I think it's because the beginning kind of starts in like a depressing mood, and I feel like there's so many details that I have to remember, so I would just like start it and put it down and not come back to it, and then I'd have to restart all over again. So maybe this is where I'm going to pick up next. I still have about 3 hours and 15 minutes to read today, but I still haven't eaten yet, and it's almost noon, so I'm gonna get ready for the day, have something to eat, maybe plop down somewhere and keep reading. Hello everyone. Just got back from an Andy's run after dinner and playing some card games with my roommates and our other friend. I have read for 4 hours and 10 minutes today, so I still have to read for 50 more minutes. I am probably like 40 through the book. On page 138, I got up to chapter 11. I'm already in part 2 of the book, and it's definitely different than I was expecting. When I was reading it before, I had like these connotations of like all the different characters, but now that I'm reading them with like a clear head, the characters are actually very interesting. There's a lot of them with a lot of names, and it's honestly hard to keep track of. And now I got to a really juicy part in the book, so I'm just going to keep reading until I hit my 5-hour mark for the day, and then we will finish up our last day tomorrow. This has been so fun, and I've actually so surprised that I was able to read so much and like get through so many books this week. So pretty crazy and very proud of myself. So let's get reading. Good morning, everyone. It is the next day. I must admit, it's already noon. Basically, it is 11:47, and I have not spun the number generator yet today because I actually don't really have that much time between filming and uploading, so I was trying to get to editing the video this morning, and so I'm doing that. That's why I have the mic now, because I'm like, dang, I'm so bad at capturing audio. But we all have room to grow. Let's look at the stopwatch. Yesterday, I read for 4 hours and 54 minutes. I considered that pretty close because previous days I did go over several minutes, and yesterday was a lot of hours, and I had so many things that I had to do before bed. I had to finish my reading. I had to finish some crochet projects because I am giving them as gifts, and I had to shower. Like, I just had a lot that I needed to do last night, so I didn't quite hit 5 hours, but I think I'm pretty dang close. So I'm gonna spin. Hopefully it's not a high number, please. 6. 6 hours. I have a lot of things that I have to do today. Like, I could read the book physically for like 2 hours right now, then I could listen to the audiobook in the car while I'm driving, but I'm actually really enjoying reading the book, so I don't necessarily want to have to listen to the audiobook. And, okay, well, if I don't complete the 6 hours, say if I read for 4 hours, or if I read for 3 hours, or whatever, like, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Nothing. Nothing's gonna happen, because who cares? It's just a challenge, and there's no prize. The prize is reading. So anyway, I'm gonna try my best today to read as much as I can, get as close to 6 hours as I can, but if not, I'm not going to get upset about it, because you know what? It's Friday, and it's the weekend. So let's get reading. So it is several hours later, and I actually decided that I'm not going to read today for 6 hours because that's insane. I did read for almost 33 minutes, and I just like kept thinking about other things that I needed to be doing, like packing or eating or taking a shower, writing a card. Like, I just had to do a bunch of things, and so didn't want to deal with the anxiety. So yeah, bye.